Hello everyone, my name is Rakesh and today our topic of discussion will be ratio and proportion. It is a very important topic from any competitive examination point of view because not only do we get direct questions on this topic in the exam, but also the concept of ratio and proportion is essential to solve questions on profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, time and work, time and distance, etc. Normally we get 4 different types of problems from this topic in the exam. They are age problems, partnership problems, mixture problems, income and expenditure problems. However, many more different type of problems can be asked from this topic in the exam. We will try to cover each and every type of problem from easy to difficult level in our different modules. So without wasting any more time, let's start the video. Okay, let us come to our first question. Our first question is, a sum of money is to be distributed among A, B, C and D in the ratio 5:2:4:3. If C gets rupees 1000 more than D, what is B's share? So let us think in this way. When the sum of money was distributed, A got 5 part of the total money. So let us write it down. A got 5 part. B got 2 part of the total money. So let us write down B got 2 part of the total money. C got 4 part of the total money. So let us write down C got 4 part. And D got 3 part of the total money. So let us write down D got 3 part of the total money. Now according to question, C gets rupees 1000 more than D. So see, C got how many part? 4 part. And D got how many part? 3 part. That means C got 1 part more than D. 4 minus 3, 1. So C got 1 part more than D. And what is the value of that 1 part? It is equal to rupees 1000 because C got 1000 more than D, or C got 1 part more than D. So 1 part is equal to rupees 1000. So we have to find out what is B's share. So B got how many part? B got 2 part. If the value of 1 part is rupees 1000, the value of 2 part will be equal to rupees 2000. So that means the share of B is how much? The share of B is 2000. So when we start thinking ratio in terms of parts, it becomes very easy for us to calculate mentally. Otherwise, the traditional method in which we consider X to solve the problem, it becomes very lengthy and time consuming. So that is why whenever we try to solve question on ratio and proportion, we need to think in terms of number of parts. Then it becomes easy for us to calculate mentally. Now, if we need to find out what is the total sum of money that was distributed, in that case, we have to think what is the total number of parts. The total number of parts is 5 plus 2 plus 4 plus 3. So the total number of part is equal to 5 plus 2 is 7, 7 plus 4 is 11, 11 plus 3 is 14. So that means the total sum of money is equal to how many parts? 14 parts. Now if 1 part is equal to rupees 1000, then what is 14 parts equal to? 14 parts is equal to rupees 14,000. That means the total sum of money is equal to rupees 14,000. So in this way we can calculate whatever value we are asked to calculate, we can calculate in terms of number of parts. So it becomes very easy for us to calculate mentally in this way. Okay, let us come to our second question. Our second question is, a sum of rupees 9000 is to be distributed among A, B and C in the ratio 4:5:6. What will be the difference between A's and C's share? So let us think in this way. When the sum of money was distributed, A got 4 part of the total money. So let us write it down. A got 4 part. Then B got 5 part of the total money. So B got 5 part. And C got 6 part of the total money. C got 6 part of the total money. Now see, this rupees 9000, which is the total sum of money, is divided into how many part? 4 plus 5 plus 6. That is equal to how many parts? 4 plus 5, that is 9. 9 plus 6 is equal to 15 parts. That means rupees 9,000 is divided into 15 parts. So the value of 15 parts is equal to rupees 9,000. So what will be the value of one part? The value of one part will be equal to rupees 9,000 divided by 15, which is equal to 15 6 are 90, that is equal to rupees 600. That means the value of one part is equal to rupees 600. Now we have to find out what is the difference between A's and C's share. So A got how many part? A got 4 part, and C got how many part? C got 6 part. So what is the difference? The difference is 6 minus 4, that is equal to 2 part. That means the difference in the share of A and C is 2 part. And what will be the value of 2 part? If 1 part is equal to 600, then 2 part will be equal to rupees 1200. So that means we can say the difference between A's and C's share is equal to rupees 1200. See, it's very simple. Okay, let us come to our third question. Our third question is, if rupees 782 is divided among 3 friends A, B and C proportional to 1 by 2 is to 2 by 3 is to 3 by 4, then find the share of A. So let us think in this way. In the earlier two problems, the proportions of the ratio were given in some integers or in some whole numbers. But in this question, the proportions are given in terms of fraction. So whenever we get the proportions in fraction, first of all we have to convert them into some integers or into some whole numbers. So first of all we need to convert this ratio into an equivalent ratio where the proportion are in terms of whole numbers. In order to do that, we will first take the denominators of these proportions. So what are the denominators? The denominators are 2, 3 and 4, and find out the LCM of these denominators. So after finding out the LCM of these denominators, we will multiply the LCM with each of these proportion, and then the proportions will be converted into some whole numbers and we will get an equivalent ratio. So what will be the LCM of 2, 3 and 4? In order to find them, let us take the larger number and think of its multiples. What are the multiples of 4? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, etc. Now think of the first number, that is 4. Is it divisible by 3? No, it is not divisible by 3. That is why 4 cannot be the LCM of 2, 3 and 4. So let us cancel it. Next, 8. Is it divisible by 3? No, it is not divisible by 3. So therefore 8 cannot be the LCM of 2, 3 and 4. Next, let us take 12. 12, is it divisible by 3? Yes, it is divisible by 3. Is it divisible by 2? Yes, it is divisible by 2. That means 12 is a common multiple of 2, 3 and 4. Next, let us take 16. Is 16 divisible by 3? No, 16 is not divisible by 3. So 16 cannot be the LCM of 2, 3 and 4. Let us take 20. Is it divisible by 3? No, it is not divisible by 3. So that is why 20 cannot be the LCM of 2, 3 and 4. Next, let us take 24. Is it divisible by 3? Yes, 24 is divisible by 3. Is it divisible by 2? Yes, it is divisible by 2. So the next common multiple of 2, 3 and 4 is 24. So in this way, if we continue, the next common multiple will be 36 and so on. But we need to find out the LCM of these three numbers. LCM means lowest common multiple. So we will get numerous common multiples, say 12, 24, 36, etc. But we have to find out the lowest one. So the lowest one is 12. So 12 is the lowest common multiple of 2, 3 and 4. That is why the LCM of 2, 3 and 4 will be, LCM of 2, 3 and 4 will be equal to 12. So after finding out the LCM, let us move on to the next stage. The next stage is we have to convert this proportion into some whole numbers. So in order to do that, we need to multiply this LCM with each of this proportion. So 1 by 2 into 12 is to 2 by 3 is to 12. 3 into 12 is to 3 by 4 into 12. So 2 6 are 12. So 6 is to 3 4s are 12. 4 2s are 8. 4 3s are 12. So 3 3s are 9. So now the proportions are in some whole numbers, and this ratio is equivalent to this ratio. Now the remaining part of the question is like the previous two problems. So what we have to do is we have to find out the share of A. So in order to find out the share of A, let us think in this way. Rupees 782 was divided among three friends A, B and C in this ratio. Let us write it down here. 6:8:9. So when 782 was divided among three friends A, B and C, A got how many part? 6 part. So let us write it down. A got 6 part. Then B got how many part? B got 8 part. So B got 8 part. And C got how many parts? C got 9 part. So C got 9 part. That means the total amount of money 782, it consists of how many parts? 6 part plus 8 part plus 9 part. That is total number of parts is equal to 6 plus 8, that is 14, 14 plus 9, that is 23 parts. That means 782 is equal to how many parts? It is equal to 23 parts. So 23 parts is equal to 782. So one part, what will be the value of one part? One part will be 782 divided by 23. So 23 3s are 69. So remaining is 9. 9 in 9 2 92. So 23 4s are 92. So the value of one part is equal to 34. Now we have to find out the share of A. What is the share of A? Share of A is 6 part. So if one part is equal to 34, 6 part will be equal to 6 into 34. So that is equal to 6 4s are 24, 2, 6 3s are 18 plus 2, that is 20. That means the share of A is equal to how much? Rupees 204. So see, it is very simple. So whenever there is the proportions are in fraction, first of all we need to find out the LCM of the denominators, then multiply the LCM with each of these proportion. Then we will get an equivalent ratio where the proportions are in whole numbers. So in that way the calculation will become easier and it will be easy for us to solve mentally, and the time consumption will be also very less. Okay, let us come to our fourth question. Our fourth question is rupees 6400 is divided among three workers A, B and C in the ratio 3/5:2:5/3. We have to find out what is the share of B. So like the previous problem, here also the ratio, the proportions of the ratio are given in terms of fraction. First of all, we need to convert these proportions into some whole numbers. So in order to do that, what we have to do, we have to find out the LCM of the denominators. So what will be the LCM of the denominators? 2 can be written as 2/1. So what will be the denominators? 5, 1 and 3. Now in order to find out the LCM of these three numbers, we have to take the larger one first and think of its multiples. What are the multiples of 5? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, etc. Now think of the first number. Is it divisible by 3? No, it is not divisible by 3. So 5 cannot be the LCM of 5, 1 and 3. Let us take the next number 10. Is it divisible by 3? No, it is not divisible by 3. So 10 cannot be the LCM of 5, 1 and 3. Now 15, is it divisible by 3? Yes, 15 is divisible by 3. Is it divisible by 1? Yes, it is divisible by 1. So 15 is a common multiple of 5, 1 and 3. Let us take 20. Is it divisible by 3? No, it is not divisible by 3. So it cannot be the LCM of 5, 1 and 3. Let us take the next number, that is 25. Is it divisible by 3? No, it is not divisible by 3. So this cannot be the LCM of 5, 1 and 3. Next, let us take 30. 30, is it divisible by 3? Yes, it is divisible by 3. Is it divisible by 1? Yes, it is divisible by 1. So the next common multiple of 5, 1 and 3 is 30. So in this way, we will get numerous common multiples of 5, 1 and 3. Say the next common multiple will be 45. But we have to find out the LCM. LCM means the lowest common multiple. So the lowest common multiple is 15. So the LCM of 5, 1 and 3 will be equal to 15. Now after finding out the LCM, we have to move on to our next step. What is the next step? The next step is we have to multiply this LCM with each of these proportion to convert them into some whole numbers. So let us multiply the LCM with each of these proportions. So 3/5 into 15 is to 2 by 1 into 15 is to 5 by 3 into 15. So 5 3s are 15, 3 3s are 9 is to 15 2s are 30 is to 3 5s are 15, 5 5 are 25. So now we have converted this ratio into an equivalent ratio where the proportions are in terms of whole number. Now let us go to the next part of the question. We have to find out what is the share of B. So let us write it down here. 9 is to 30 is to 25. Okay, let us think in this way. Now when 6400 rupees was divided among A, B and C, A got how many part? A got 9 part. So let us write it down. A got 9 part. B got how many part? B got 30 part. So B got 30 part. And C got how many part? C got 25 part. Now the total amount of money, which is 6400, it consists of how many part? 9 part plus 30 part plus 25 part. So the total number of part is 9 plus 30 is 39 plus 25 is 64. So that means 6400 consists of how many parts? 64 parts. So 64 parts is equal to rupees 6400. So what is the value of one part? The value of one part is equal to rupees 6400 divided by 64, that is equal to rupees 100. Now we have to find out what is the share of B. What is the share of B? Share of B is equal to 30 parts. So if one part is equal to rupees 100, then 30 part will be equal to rupees 100 into 30, that is equal to rupees 3000. That means the share of B is equal to rupees 3000. So see, it's very simple. So let us come to our fifth and the last question. So the question is, the ratio of three numbers is 3:4:5 and the sum of their squares is 1250. The sum of the numbers is. So there are three numbers and the ratio of those three numbers is 3:4:5 and the sum of the squares of those numbers is 1250. We have to find out the sum of the numbers. Now some options are given to us. Say the first option is 30. The sum of the numbers may be 30, it may be 50, it may be 60, it may be 90, or it may be none of these three or four options. So in order to find out the answer to this type of question, we can go analytically too. That means we can solve the question from the options also. So let us think in this way. So what are the three numbers? The three numbers, whatever the three numbers are, say the first number is A, it consists of how many part? It consists of 3 part. Say the second number is B. So second number is B and it consists of how many part? It consists of 4 part. And the third number is, say it is C and it consists of how many part? It consists of 5 part. So whatever will be the sum of these three numbers, that is A, B and C, it will consist of how many parts? 3 plus 4 plus 5, that is equal to how many parts? 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 5 is 12 parts. That means sum of these three numbers will consist of how many parts? It will consist of 12 parts. So whatever will be the sum of these three numbers A, B and C, it will be divisible by 12. So let us check the options. The first option is 30. The sum of the numbers, it may be 30, but to be the sum of the numbers, it must be divisible by 12. Now 30, is it divisible by 12? No, it is not divisible by 12. So the possibility of 30 being the answer can be ruled out. Next, let us think about 50. The sum of the numbers, it may be 50, but is it divisible by 12? No, it is not divisible by 12. So the possibility of 50 being the sum of the numbers can be ruled out. Now let us take the next number, 60. 60, is it divisible by 12? Yes, it is divisible by 12. So 60 can be a possible answer. It may be the sum of these three numbers A, B and C, but we are not sure at this moment, but we will consider it as an option. Let us take the next number, 90. 90, Is it divisible by 12? No, 90 is not divisible by 12. So 90 being the possibility of sum of the three numbers a, b and c can be ruled out. So this is not the answer. So options left are 60 and none of this. Either it may be 60 or it may be none. So we have to next check our first statement. The ratio, we have to check the first statement. The ratio of the three numbers is 3:4:5 and the sum of their square is 1250. So we have to check this statement. So in order to check this statement, let us think in this way. If 12 part is equal to 60, then what is the value of one part? The value of one part will be equal to 60 divided by 12, that is equal to 5. So the first number is a. So a is equal to how many part? 3 part. If one part is 5, then 3 part will be equal to 3 into 5, that is equal to 15. That means the first number is 15. B, it is equal to how many part? 4 part. So 4 into value of one part, that is 5. 4 into 5 is 20. So the second number is 20. So C is 5 part. So 5 into the value of one part is 5. So 5 parts value will be 25. That means the third number is 25. Now we have to find out the square of a, b and c. So what is the square of a? A square will be equal to 15 square. What is 15 square? 15 square is equal to 225. Now next let us find b square. So what is the value of b square? B square is 20 square. So what is 20 square? That is equal to 400. Next let us find out the square of c. So what is c square? C square is equal to 25 square. So 25 square is equal to 625. Now according to this statement, we have to find out the sum of the square. Sum of the square must be 1250. Now let us check whether it is 1200 or 50 or not. So 225 plus 400 is equal to 625. 625 plus 625 is equal to 1250. That means a square plus b square plus c square is equal to 1250. That means the statement of this problem is verified. That means the sum of the square is 1250, and by considering the option as 60, we get the statement to be true. That means we can say the answer is not none of this, but the answer is 60. So in this way also, from the options we can find out the answers. So in the exam, many a times we can solve the question from the options also, like we have done in this case. So let us end the video here today, but I will be coming back with more and more questions on quantitative aptitude. So do not forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. So I will meet you in the next video. Till then, stay tuned. Bye bye.